Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Now, they tried the 11 plus in the UK. They tried it in the UK and that did not work. Now, they would say if you go online, they would say, oh, it was phased out. It was phased out. It started like around 1944 and it was phased out in like 1976, like 22 years of it. But what happened, the real nitty gritty, if you talk to one of the elders, they will say, oh, we saw what they were doing. We saw the changes in our children. We saw it and we didn't like it and we stopped it. We were not going to go ahead and sign off on that. The only place in the world a structure of education like the 11 plus can be is a place where people do not know their history. It's a place where they do not care to learn about their history. It could happen in a place where you do not watch your kids. You're not paying attention to your children or the children in the neighborhood. You're not looking at the way they interact and you're not noticing things. The only place a system of education that entails something like the 11 plus could exist is a place where the people were emancipated. You had some sort of emancipation from a colonial owner, and you were so comfortable with them that whatever they give you, you take. It's indicative of a mentality that has not arrived. You have not arrived. It's indicative of a mentality that is comfortable in any kind of situation. You're comfortable in situations when you should be saying, hey, I notice how this particular thing changed my son, or I noticed that my son is very arrogant, or I noticed my son or my child, my daughter was very, she was very like dejected or whatever. You should notice things. The 11 plus is there for you to notice things in children, and you failed. Barbados, you failed. You should march to Independence Square for allowing the 11 plus exam to be in your schools for as long as it has been. You should march, okay? It will be scrapped in Barbados. It will be scrapped because I hope Mia Motley has her head on her shoulders on. I hope she has her head screwed on right on her shoulders. It should be scrapped. I'm almost sure it will be, because at some point you have to wake up. At some point, you have to wake up, okay? But it's indicative. It's indicative of the subculture that there is there. It's indicative of how you can promote one set of children and not and like reject another set of children. There are kids. There are babies. There are children. Then you walk and talk about, oh, I love my kids. You don't love. You don't know what it is to love, because if you did love, you could not have the 11 plus there in your country. It would not have existed in your country, because it is the antithesis of love. The 11 plus is it's a weapon. It's a weapon, and you have used it well. You have used it long. That could not remain in other places where people were thinking, where people actually cared about their children. It could not have existed there. You need to scrap it, and you need to scrap it soon and stop talking about it. Will not be rushed. It will not be rushed. If you do not tell lies in your history going forward, and you let people know that you've had that 11 plus for decades, shame on you. Shame on you. Go and march to Independence Square. Go and march against yourselves. Go and march against yourselves. Sherry Veronica.